Tonight's game on TV 32 is brought to you by these proud local sponsors: U.S. Cellular, Bell & Health, Simon's Specialty Cheese, Gandred on West Mason, Gallagher's Pizza, North Star Dental, Witt Family Ford, Cobeson Buses, Vake's Fox Valley Coin and Diamonds, and Security Loop Key Roofing.
It's time for the TV 32 Sports Showdown.
You could not ask for a more perfect night for football.
And look at those wheels. Are you kidding me?
I can't believe what I'm saying.
From Sapoto Stadium in Pulaski, it's time for Week 8 of the high school football season. I'm Ted Stefaniak alongside John Mino.
Yeah, I just heard that.
And you just saw the kick here. As we've got Pulaski and Southwest. Glad you could be with us tonight. Of course, this is a big special night, John, as we team up with the Green Bay Packers. Packers versus Cancer in these two school districts.
Absolutely. We'll have some Green Bay Packer players out here. Right now we've heard there were 4. It was raining really hard earlier, and it was really windy, and it was really, really nasty. But now it's turning out to be a pretty good night out here, so we hope they all come out to raise a lot of money for cancer, and that's the reason we're here.
Without a doubt, as it is Pulaski wearing their red uniforms, coached by Jared Marsh. Longtime coach here at Pulaski. They'll start 1st and 10 on their own 40. Take it straight up the middle, get close to the 50-yard line.
And Spencer Hakes with the carry. It's the same offense we've seen them run for a lot of years, so isn't it, Teddy? And they just groom him here in Pulaski with that wing, that tailback, as you'd call it. I guess you can call it a quarterback, but he gets so low. And we talked about the great runners we've had here over the year. In fact, one of their great ones is playing defense now for out in North Dakota. He's healthy once again, and they've turned out some really tough, great football players running this offense over the years.
Without a doubt, Dylan Hendricks.
Yep.
Of course, yeah, what a career he had. Southwest is wearing their white jerseys tonight. They're coached by Chad Theory and Aaron Van Eperen, the co-head coaches. To the air they go. Just like Mino was saying, they love to keep it on the ground. They love to pound it. They go right across the 50, pick up a first down.
Had to do that to me, didn't you, Teddy? Real go. Trevor Schessler with the catch. Actually, they've thrown the ball pretty good this year, Teddy. You know, they always talk about the great running games they have, but he's got 179 yards receiving coming into the ball game tonight. They've been throwing it around a little bit, so we'll see what else happens for the rest of the ball game. But you know, they've had kids with strong arms too. It's just that, you know, you're so ingratiated with this kind of an offense that you really don't want to change it.
Oh, we have seen them mix it up a little bit over the last few years.
You bet.
Seen the Red Raiders the last few years. Here's another big run looking for a first down. Going to be really close.
Hakes.
He's got it.
Hakes once again, 412 yards rushing coming into this ball game. And he's a typical running back, you know, 5'11", 155 from Pulaski. They're not usually big. They'll usually have that big blocking back, that big blocking fullback. But a lot of times their linemen aren't as huge as some of the teams we see these days, but they just get low. It's like the wrestling philosophy. Leverage wins, and that's the way Pulaski plays their football, with leverage.
So a 1st and 10 ball already up to the 25-yard line. It'll be the keeper. Dancing, looking around.
Face mask coming up right there.
Yeah, here comes the flag.
Ethan Schmidt.
Yep.
Ethan Schmidt with the carry and a face mask right away against Southwest. Teddy, something I've never seen before on the chain gang. Is that like an illuminated
face mask on the defense?
If we get a chance to see that, it's lit up, isn't it?
It's lit up.
Have you ever seen that before? I never have.
Don't know that I have.
I don't think I have. We're going to show that to you later. That's pretty cool. Yeah, face mask comes in right here as he just reaches out. That was pretty obvious. And
by the way, the officials tonight, John Hoberg wearing the white cap, our lead official tonight, working with Don Lofholm, Gary Lofholm, Nicholas Guyan, and Paul Angeli on our crew tonight.
Hakes once again.
Hakes inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
First down to the 11. As they just kind of grind it through. Well, I mean, there's no dancing around. Southwest comes into this ball game at 0-7. Okay?
Yep.
They're playing with so many young players. It's unbelievable. So many sophomores, so many juniors. You barely see a senior on the football team. I think there's only 6 seniors on the entire football team. They got some really good athletes in the younger classes. Their philosophy is we're going to play them, we're going to take our lumps, and we're going to learn, and we're going to be good down the road.
It'll Reversal inside and in for the touchdown.
11-yard
run for the Red Raiders.
Trevin Chesler with the carry and with the touchdown. So the initial drive for Pulaski, pretty methodical. Little help with that face mask penalty, but just taking it right down the field and doing what the Red Raiders do. But again, watch these offensive linemen, Ted, the way they block. They just do a real nice job. They do have some size in there. I'll tell you that. Big number 72. What's his size? Tony Nguyen, 6'3", 285 pounds. It's a big lineman for here.
Now the extra point attempt coming up by Miles Whipple. Wearing number 17, that is up, and that is good. So the first 7 points of the game, a quick strike by the Pulaski Red Raiders. They're up 7-0 on Showdown. So the quick start by Pulaski, 7-0, leading Green Bay Southwest. Week 8 of the high school football season. So glad you could be with us tonight. The weather is unusual compared to our first 7 weeks. We were so lucky.
It was literally hot every single game we've done this year up until tonight. But it is so much better right now than it was about half an hour ago. We were out trying to do a pregame show. It was sleet. It was rain. Although I checked with Cameron Moreland, he said, no, tell Ted to stick with sports. It is not sleet. It's just a cold rain.
It felt like sleet.
It felt like sleet down the back of your neck.
It looked like sleet.
It looked like sleet. And it was windy. It was cold. It was nasty.
It tasted like sleet.
It tasted like sleet. But right now, it's not a bad night for football.
No.
So here we go. Nice crowd on hand.
Yeah, the wind is still a little bit of a factor here, not as much as it was before, so they'll hold the ball for the kicker, and Whipple will get this one off and field it at the 5-yard line. Brought out, looking for the 20, and brought down just underneath. Let's bring in the third member of our NBC 26 reporting staff. It is Andrew Amuzu joining us tonight. What do you got coming up at half, Andrew?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, as Green Bay Southwest looks to find more wins on the field. Off the field, they are already having some big W's at hand through their leadership. Now, there is a new leadership council that they have developed within the program, and it's all being led by the upperclassmen as well. So as they're looking for those wins, they are trying to secure leadership starting at the bottom, and hopefully that will help them find more success on the field. I'll have that story at halftime, guys.
Sounds good. Thank you, Andrew. Looking forward to that story. Yeah, so much more than just the success on the field. You're also looking to make sure these young men mature and become great citizens and members of our community moving forward.
Jakari Tidwell with the carry that time, take it around the right side. But you're right, and they take that real serious, Ted. That's a huge thing for them. They do a lot of team-building exercises during the course of the summer, kickball and all sorts of different things. And that's why they're trying to develop a holding call against Southwest. That doesn't help. But they're trying to develop a family atmosphere of brotherhood and all those sorts of things. And as I mentioned, they have so few seniors on the football team. The quarterback is one of them. That it's up to these younger guys to really get this program going.
So the hold is going to back them up. And we're going to have what? A
first and 20? 18. Back to the 11. I still want to see a shot of that, of the yard marker. I mean, that's phenomenal, the down marker. I love that.
Handoff up the middle and up against those big guys along that defensive line.
Yeah,
for
Tidwell
the Red
again.
Raiders.
Jakari Tidwell with the carry again, and he's pretty much stacked up right in the middle of that Red Raider defense.
You see right now the flag is in their face pretty much, the Southwest face. It's coming from left to right as you look at the screen. And a little bit of crossfield as well, wouldn't you say?
I'm just leaving that all to you. You were the one all over that it was sleet, and Cameron says it's not. I'm not going to go with you on anything, any weather type of
let Cameron know it's windy
forecast that you bring out tonight. I'm backing off on that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's see, some movement here.
Well, once against Pulaski, 5-yard penalty for offside. Yeah, we've mentioned it before, though, Teddy, about tonight, but we might have as many as 4 Packers out here up in the booth with us at halftime.
Yeah, all
Let's
about
see if
the
they all make
Packers
it.
versus Cancer initiative.
Trying to raise a lot of money for the Lombardi Fund.
So a 2nd and 14.
Trying to do that inside pass to Tidwell. Doesn't really go anywhere as he is stacked up.
Yeah. Loss of yardage here.
You know, they've turned out some really good football players from Southwest over the years. So, I mean, there's one in the NFL right now. Dartmouth's quarterback is from Southwest. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Isn't that cool? Have you ever seen one like that before? I never have. Have you?
I'm going to say we saw it at least once somewhere.
No, we've never seen that before. We've never seen that before. See, this must be the only school in Northeast Wisconsin that has that.
You think so?
I think so.
Wow.
Mark Hewson's here from Belt. Mark, have you ever seen one like that before? Mark says no. And he said he's been to every stadium in Northeast Wisconsin. He's never seen one. That's what Mark says.
Well, I'll check on that at halftime.
You don't have to
talk to him in depth.
No need.
So 3rd and 17 and a 4th down coming up for the Trojans.
Yeah, trying the little inside screen that really goes nowhere, but you know that penalty really hurt them. That was 2 penalties early in the ball game that hurt them. One on the offensive side, one on the defensive side. That was Braxton Murphy trying to make something happen. 6'1", 185-pound junior wide receiver.
14-yard line. Rodell back to return.
So with the 4th and 15 coming up here, punter's going to be almost on his goal line. Drew
drops
Zinkel.
the snap.
And
it's disastrous.
Yeah,
it's going down about the 24, 25-yard line.
That's where Pulaski takes over. When we come back, you're watching Showdown. 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line of Southwest as Pulaski takes over after that punt. And
Hakes again with the carry.
Yeah, inside the 20 and inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone for the 2nd time in this first quarter.
Chase Prosky with the stop that time after a gain of about 8. Down to the 22-yard line. You know, those running backs always get so low and kind of hide behind the offensive lineman. Nice tackle right there, take him down. Yeah, it did pop out, right.
Yeah, one of the players the play ran up over his legs. Everyone okay, hopefully.
Yeah, he popped right up, which is good to see.
Yeah. So 2nd and 2. Ball sitting on the 17-yard line. Schmidt will keep it himself, pick up the 1st down.
Schmidt with the carry.
And get it inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, gained about 3 that time. Jaden Quindle with the tackle. 6'2", 240-pound. Defensive lineman, just a junior. Good man. I just look at their roster, Ted. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen on the roster.
Yeah. They're a young team.
And lots of sophomores. And lots of juniors and very few seniors.
So 1st down, sitting on the 13-yard line. Schmidt will screen pass. And a big collision near the 5-yard line, just shy of the 1st down. 2nd down coming up for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, they were hitting out there, I'll tell you that.
Spencer Hakes once again.
Yeah. Watch this defensive back come up right there. Nice hit. Very nice hit.
This Pulaski team has put up some points the last couple of weeks. 49 points against Sheboygan North last week. 28 points against Ashwaubenon 2 weeks ago.
When they had back-to-back against Bayport and Westy Pier, which isn't real easy. Hakes with the carry, and he's in for the touchdown.
So 2nd touchdown of the game for the Red Raiders. Hakes this time from 4 yards out.
One more time, nothing fancy. Pulaski doesn't do a lot of things fancy. They pull their guard on the right side. That's number 55, Mason Christensen. Pull him from the right over to the left, opens up the lane, and he follows him in for the touchdown.
Yeah, had a short field to work with, and they took advantage of it, working quickly. Their 2nd touchdown at the 5:29 mark here in the first quarter.
It's a good young kicker they've got right here, too, for Pulaski. Doesn't miss very often.
Miles Whipple.
Nice snap.
And that one is good. So 14-0. It's Pulaski leading Green Bay Southwest. You're watching Showdown. So 5:29 remaining in this first quarter with Pulaski leading 14-0 over Southwest. And we knew this Pulaski team.
Well, yeah, you're
had
exactly
some
right.
offensive power.
Right, and you know what? When you're 0-7 like Southwest is, you have such a young football team. What do you not want to do? You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. Very first series, what do? Holding call, very first play of the ball game. Backs them up, deep in their own territory. Then a real tough situation with the punt. Then another penalty. So, I mean, it's one of those things, where you just got to get yourself steady. Just play normal football without self-inflicted wounds. So here we go. Let's see if they can get something going on offense. I like
Maybe
the
something on the kickoff.
Yeah, we'll see.
This one fielded at about the 9-yard line. Avoided the first defender, but that second one came screaming in.
Yeah, he was taken down pretty good that time. Madden Skedendor, yeah, he's a big hitter for them. He's got nice size, took him down pretty handily that time.
Hey, the
6'3" and 175.
Bellin Health, Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Well, they're proud to provide licensed athletic trainers for area schools and local athletes. Tonight, Megan Stimson and Ethan Natsky are working the sidelines for Green Bay Southwest. We want to thank all of the Bellin Health licensed athletic trainers who help keep our kids safe and in the game. Bellin Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown. So 1st and 10 as Southwest starts on their own 19-yard line. Second offensive drive of the game. To the air. And just a little bit short on that one.
Yeah, trying to have a little flare pattern out there. Good defense that time by Austin Monroe. It wasn't going anywhere even if it had been completed. The quarterback's got nice size for Southwest, 6'2", about 175. We mentioned one of their former quarterbacks is playing at Dartmouth right now. They've sent a lot of players to college. This young quarterback also an outstanding baseball player. So Caleb Sprudels, as I mentioned, nice size, one of the few seniors on this football team.
See a little hold up here.
Getting the play from the sidelines and just adjusting where the line of scrimmage should be.
And Southwest says, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we'll take it. Come on, man, we're 0-7. Give us a break here. Give us a little something for the effort. First man through. Trying to get something, but wow. This Pulaski defense is, they're tough. They come up and they hit. They hit hard. Number 26, Charlie Schussler, coming up that time, making the stop. 6'3", 180-pound linebacker. Great size for a high school linebacker. College recruiters look at somebody like that. Okay, you're 180 when you're 17 or 18. You're 210, 215 down the road.
Are you talking about Trevor?
Yes. Why, what did I say? What did I say?
Schessler.
Oh, okay.
You were worried about that all pregame, weren't you? I know a guy. Schussler.
I know, you're right. Pass incomplete. It's like a little miscommunication between the receiver. You're right. Isn't that funny? Sometimes
you talked yourself into that.
I talked myself. You're exactly right, Teddy. I'm like, well, they pronounce it this way in this part of the state, but I won't pronounce it that way here. I'll get that one right. Wow.
It's one of my favorite parts of game prep is talking to the different teams about the pronunciations of the names.
Whatever town you are, heart's different. Yeah. And we were talking before the game about Coach Robis, legendary coach, about 3 different towns. It's pronounced 3 different ways, and each one is correct. The family accepts each one 3 different ways. Yeah.
So this punt goes out of bounds, and Pulaski will take over inside Southwest territory.
By the way, okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
U.S. Cellular is giving away $20,000 for a distraction-free vacation. To enter and for official rules, go to 20kvacay.com. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited.
No, I'll just say Mark Hewson will be joining us at halftime. I have him on my radio show almost every week here, one of the doctors. And, boy, they do a great job, Bellin Sports Medicine. Yeah. Here we go.
Well, we talk about Packers versus cancer. A couple of the Packer players have shown up here already. We'll be talking to those guys.
Got a punter and a kicker.
At halftime.
Which is fantastic.
Daniel Whelan.
Yep.
Anders Carlson.
Got to talk to him about the Ryder Cup. Were they pulling for Europe or pulling for the USA? I'm going to ask him that.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him that.
Well, I know you got a whole list of questions.
Yes.
Hard-hitting questions.
Absolutely.
So Pulaski starts this drive on the 48-yard line.
Gain of about 3 that time. One thing about Pulaski, that clock pretty much just runs continually when they have the football. Yeah, the play now coming out of the ball game. It's Logan Schultz. Schultz, 5'11", 180, running back, senior. Boy, we've seen some great Pulaski teams over the years, though, haven't we, Ted?
Oh,
I mean, some really good ones.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
One of those programs that reloads year in, year out.
And a beautiful.
And a tough conference, too.
Very tough conference, the North. Beautiful complex out here that they built a few years back.
2nd and 9. Little time. Schmidt now under pressure. Lets it go.
Oh,
that's
almost picked off. Yeah, number 19, Curtis Danforth. Really good defensive player for them. Quarterback took kind of a pop that time. And he got up a little slow, Ethan Schmidt did.
Well, we were just talking.
Had a
As
free
the
run
play
at him.
developed, he had plenty of time, and then that defender
That's exactly right.
came flying out of nowhere, and
Watch
Schmidt
this.
paid the price.
That window closed in a hurry right here, coming up quick and hard. Braxton Murphy. He's got nice size, too, 6'1", 185. So 3rd and 9 now for Pulaski. But we're talking about their old complexes across the street here now, middle school and soccer and things like that. And they just built a gorgeous facility here a few years back. Going to left side, bubble screen. He's going to be just short of the first down, actually be about 2 yards short.
Well, what do you got here, Coach?
Is complete.
Well, that's 4-down territory, you got to think. Don't you think, brother?
Gain on the play, sets up
I would think so.
ball on the southwest 40-yard
So
line.
4th and 2 right on the 40. 3 new bodies coming into the ball game. So, yeah, we'll be talking with those Packer players at halftime tonight. Talk a little bit about what the Green Bay Packers teaming up with local sports and Bellin Sports Medicine. Actually, I think we just had another Packer player join the group down there. I'm checking it out if I can see it correctly.
But a 4th and 2, and
Oh, that's close. Looks like he's got it.
I
Yep.
think he's got it.
From the ref on the far side. Looks like he did get it with the keeper. Taking around the right side.
That was a good effort. They had him in the backfield.
They had him stood up. They just couldn't finish it. One more look at it. They had a chance to make the stop. Just taking around the right side. Logan Schultz coming into the ball game with 629 yards rushing.
Yeah, got a
That's
really
where they
nice
had
block
him
from
right
Spencer
there.
Hicks.
Yes, he did. That's the last block he needed. You're exactly right. He got that to give him that extra yard.
So fresh set of downs, ball on the 40-yard line.
Schultz again.
Trying the right side, and, well, yards after the initial contact. Picked up about 5 after the first hit.
Yeah, looked like he was down initially. Caleb Lannenberg had him, number 27, and somehow he scored it out of that tackle for a gain of about 5. Could have been a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2, and somehow he gained 5. But right there, he stacked up. They needed somebody else to get a pull.
So 2nd and 4.
I now see 4 members of the Green Bay Packers, if I'm seeing it right on the sidelines, Teddy. So that contingent is here. Take it on the left side one more time. Pretty much that basic play. Ethan Schmidt. Get him about 2, bring up 3rd and 1.5 yards. So we're going to fit all those guys up here at halftime? Is that correct, Coach?
I think so. I don't think we had any offensive linemen or defensive linemen.
I remember one time we had Mark Tauscher and William Henderson, and we were in De Pere in their old press box. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I went and I
Pretty
stood
tight
outside.
quarters.
I literally stood outside. I wasn't going to move either one of those guys.
3rd and 2.
Schmidt again. Stacked up, but bounces off. Big
Good enough
number.
for the first down.
Yep, big number 90. Jaden McKinney, 6'2", 240 pounds for Southwest. Plugged the hole, but Pulaski does a nice job of also bouncing outside, getting those extra yards. That's almost just part of their MO. Watch this. It's all stacked up right there. There is nothing going on, and he just bounces outside. And it's number 21, Drew Zinkel, who helps makes the tackle.
Almost looked a little bit like that Eagles, was it the tush
The
push?
tush push.
Or the reverse tush push.
That's right. You're exactly right. Boy, that's become a big thing in the NFL right now, huh?
has.
Wow.
It has. Inside a minute to go in this first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 25 now.
Big run once again, running hard, Logan Schultz. So as we mentioned, we've got the 4 Packer players who are up here in the booth. Taylor Swift's going to be here. So big night coming up here at halftime, right, Teddy?
Yeah, they'll be up here at half.
See, I'm just showing that you pay no attention to me. You didn't even hear that I said Taylor Swift was going to be in the booth. with
Taylor
us.
Swift.
Yes.
Yep, Taylor Swift will be joining us.
You pay no attention to me, Ted. You
What does he
used
play
to,
for?
You used to pay attention to me. You don't anymore. You got so many other things going on.
I'm getting scores coming in from all over the area.
Ah, right.
We'll be able to share.
I'm the score guy. Come on. 2nd and 2. Well, he's got a convoy in front of him, taking it down. Another first down.
That'll be the
Spencer Hakes.
Well, they'll stop the clock with 2 seconds here, but it'll start right back up as soon as they move the change for that first down. And the first quarter will come to an end with Pulaski leading 14-0 over Green Bay Southwest. It's week 8 of the high school football season, and you're watching Showdown. So we begin the second quarter as some action here on the sidelines. Green Bay Packers throwing out some souvenirs to the crowd.
Having a good time. As we mentioned last year, Jordan Love was up here in the booth with us. He was throwing passes to the crowd, and things have turned out pretty well for him.
Matt Orsich down there.
Should be snapping it to the crowd, shouldn't he?
So a first and goal from the 7-yard line for Pulaski as we begin the second quarter. The Red Raiders leading 14-0. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino,
Trevor
on the call
Schessler
tonight
with the catch. Nice job defensively that time. Curtis Danforth again in on the stop for Southwest. Bringing it to the 4-yard line. Is it homecoming here tonight, Teddy? Is it homecoming here at Pulaski?
It is homecoming.
I'll tell you what, they've got the biggest, best band I've ever seen in high school, don't they? I mean, just incredible.
Yeah,
Over 200 strong.
They are outstanding. They sound great. And looking for the end zone here on the second and
Logan
goal
Schultz
from the 4.
Down to about the 1, I believe. That band will be in Pasadena this January,
they'll
correct?
be in the Rose Bowl parade again. And performed at halftime of a Packer preseason game.
Yes. I remember taking another look at it here with Schultz getting the call, just taking the direct snap, getting the lead block from his big fullback. I'll tell you what you put in the backfield for Pulaski, you better be able to block or you just won't be on the field. That is as big a part of the game as carrying the football, maybe bigger.
Third and goal from the 1. Schmidt rolls out to the right, passes and has his man. Completes the pass for the touchdown to Trevor Schessler.
Well, they made that one look easy because, again, every time Pulaski throws the football, you're surprising that defense because you have to look run first, you have to look play action, you have to look for the dives up the middle, you have to look for the end runs, you have to look for a whole bevy of things, and the very last thing you look for normally is them putting it in the air. I believe that's their 7th touchdown pass of the season, though, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, they've put it in the air a little bit this year.
Well, Schmidt's that's just his 4th touchdown pass of the season. His,
yeah.
So Whipple on for the extra point.
A little bit of a high snap threw off the timing.
And it is blocked. So it's no good, but it's 20-0.
Boy, you got the Packer long snapper waiting for you on the sidelines.
20-0. Pulaski leads Southwest. So 20-0. It is Pulaski leading Southwest. 10:35 remaining in this first half. And this game, part of the Packers versus Cancer initiative. Both schools getting together, having fundraisers, doing some fundraising tonight. And again, some Green Bay Packers coming up to the booth here at halftime to talk about their involvement with that initiative. And I'm sure Mino's got a couple of questions about their high school. I always love talking to these guys about their high school days.
Absolutely. My first question, how come Cameron was wearing one of those cool caps they've got? How come Nina?
A Packer versus Cancer
Nina
cap.
Yeah. They were all wearing, pretty much every. Do you and I have anything?
Does Andrew have one?
No.
Andrew doesn't have
one.
one.
No, Andrew doesn't have anything. We're going to be talking to Andrew at halftime, too. Does Mark Hughes have anything? No. You know who's got a box full of them?
Cameron.
Nina, I saw it.
And Cameron.
And no, Cameron was the good guy. Cameron was like, no, Nina, we shouldn't. And Nina was like, yeah, nobody will know. I'm telling you, I heard it.
Loose ball and picked up
goodness.
and going the other way. Touchdown Pulaski.
Madden Scanador, but that I don't think you can advance that. Can you, Teddy? Can that be advanced?
The officials are getting together. I don't
know.
It looked great if you're a Pulaski
That was
fan.
quite the highlight.
Bounced
If it
right
does,
into the hands.
Take another look at it here. So here we go. Bounces right there. It does touch the player, and then
it
right in his hands. And then it's a touchdown. Okay. So, okay, they're still discussing this one.
There's
now they're pulling it back. Now they're saying no touchdown.
Yeah.
So they're saying you can't advance it. That's what I thought,
but it will
to be
be
honest
Pulaski
with you.
football.
Right. But you want to talk about a fortuitous bounce? That's about as good as anything you'll ever see in football at any level. But again, we've talked about this before. these fields are all so immaculate that every bounce is a pretty true
and
bounce.
We saw that last week, too.
Right.
A ball that looks like, a quarterback scrambling out.
Exactly.
Falls out of his hands, bounces right back up,
into the
true
defenders.
Bounce.
There's no divots. There's none of those kind of things anymore.
So they'll take those 6 off, off the board. And Madden Scannador, hey, it looked great. You'll be able to watch that highlight a lot of times. We called it a touchdown, but it's not a touchdown.
Yeah.
So, but they do get the ball.
Everything going Pulaski's way tonight.
Inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone, so they'll start this drive on the Green Bay Southwest 17-yard line. A wild game here for Pulaski.
Bubble screen left side.
And Schessler. Oh,
Take it down to about the 1 or 2 yard line.
Ankle tackle there at the last moment, but
he was about to go
saw
in.
the end zone.
Well, he had a convoy in front of him. I mean, deep down in front of him. Long way in front of him. Take it down to the 2. Bunch of those offensive linemen over on that right side, they all release. How's that for a convoy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading the way. They had numbers that time.
Was it number 27? They grabbed the ankles at the end there.
Took him down.
Caleb Langenberg.
Yep.
So 1st and goal from the 2. And
Schultz
fighting his way in for the touchdown, Logan Schultz.
Counted his number a few times tonight, huh? Just powering his way in again with a bunch of red jerseys in front of him, taking it in. And Southwest overmatched this one, obviously. In tonight's ball game, Pulaski fighting for a playoff berth, so they don't have room to let up, so to speak. Nice lead block again that time. Spencer Hakes, number 23, has done a nice job carrying the football, doing a nice job leading the way with his blocking.
8th rushing touchdown of the season for Logan Schultz. On the extra point, the last extra point was blocked.
Oh, a little bit of a fake this time, and he is clobbered.
Yeah,
they're going for 2. Ezra Croth with the stop that time. Trying a little dipsy-doodle to try to get the extra point that they missed last time back.
All right, so we're going to take a timeout. 26-0. Pulaski leads Southwest. 9:53 remaining in the half, and Pulaski, who had just scored, gets the fumbled kickoff, great field position, and then punches it in on a couple of plays to build their lead 26-0. The only thing they're having trouble with
extra points. Yeah, those are only 2 things. You know, we've talked about this, Teddy. You can't really see it from the shot, but a real unique formation for the kickoff. We've seen that on extra points. I mean, look at this one. We've seen so many different things on kickoffs, extra points, all those sorts of things this year, and like I've never seen before. I think special teams coaches put a little bit more excitement into the game for their special teams players. But as we mentioned, it's been all Pulaski tonight, 3-4 on the season coming in. Probably, do need 5 wins to guarantee a playoff spot.
This one fielded inside the 10-yard line. And brought down near the 25-yard line. Well, we're in Pulaski, and we got some friends just down the road from here, John. From our lot to your driveway, our tools help you find a vehicle quickly and easily. Whit Ford, your trusted Ford dealer.
That was Dylan Collard with the return for Southwest. Yeah, we're pretty much in their neighborhood, this area, huh?
This is it.
Absolutely. Are they going to be up in the booth today? They should. I mean,
I don't know.
I think we should bring them up.
Isn't this a wonderful press box?
Beautiful, fantastic.
Lots of room.
Lots of room.
And check that capacity at halftime with all the Packers.
We will.
Mark Hewson up here. Andrew Amuzu from NBC 26, your neighborhood reporter in Green Bay.
Was going to be doing a story on something that I think is really important, and I think it's something very cool. Braxton Murphy, by the way, with Kerry that time, about Southwest, talking about how the coaches are really trying to foster a true family team type of philosophy, and how the leaders on this football team are really helping the underclassmen, and they're really trying to build something here. And it's not going to happen tonight. I mean, it's like the Dallas Cowboys went 1-13 a few years back when Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson first took over, and then turned into a dynasty. And I'm not saying Southwest could turn into a dynasty, but what they are trying to do is get these young players, have their heads in the right direction. They work out all summer long. They have these great leadership classes, and they're trying to do it right. Then it's just a matter of growing, getting bigger, stronger, and seeing what you can do to be competitive.
Well, and I know that the coaches were really happy.
Yeah.
And remember, we're talking about high school kids here.
Absolutely. No question.
Too many times we get wrapped up in the wins and losses
Yep.
with these teams, but all the schools are playing throughout the state. You're working on development, trying to
No
get
question.
better every single week, keep developing that
Yep.
character, trying to get better on the football field, no doubt. But, hey, when you're going through a losing season, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in that
Absolutely.
as well. And a
First
hard
completion, hard hit.
player slow to get up on that sideline, but he does get up.
Yeah, getting up slow.
Is it Dylan
Drew
Collard?
Collard with the reception. Came into the ball game with 192 yards receiving. Took a pretty good pop there by Ryan Rodel, who's a tough defensive back, 5'11", 175. So fourth down, going for it. Dylan Collard. I don't know why I said Drew Collard. Wow, way to correct me again in front of my friends, Teddy. It's the way he does it, Mark. It's the way he does it. Up, quick pooch punt. Pulaski didn't have him. Oh, this will sail inside the 10 and die right at the 10-yard line. So very nice looking pooch.
You believe me on the win?
I believe you on the win now.
All right,
That
we're
went
gonna take a
about
timeout.
65 yards.
We'll be right back. 7:37 remaining in the second quarter. 26-0. Pulaski leading Green Bay Southwest, and the Red Raiders have the ball. This is going to be, this is their longest or worst field position to start a drive this game.
Yeah, they had a 60-yard drive for a touchdown their first series of the ball game, and they'd have to go 90 yards on this one. So officials step in. A little bit of equipment issue, maybe. Oh, illegal procedure.
Oh, it's illegal procedure.
Okay.
So I stand corrected.
Yes.
This
They
will
would
be
have to
their
go
worst.
95. Worst starting field position of the ball game for the Red Raiders. Come out with a wide receiver. Now another ref stopped the play again. Let's see what this one's all about. Okay, he's trying to
They're
talk
gonna
to the
make an
Pulaski
adjustment
coach.
to the clock, I believe.
Okay. It's at 7:28 right now.
So they'll
To put it at
adjust the clock to
7:33.
7:33.
Okay.
So from the ref's mouths
Yes.
to the coaching staff up here in the press box,
Yes.
to Mino,
Yes.
to the scorekeeper.
Yes. Quite the transgression, isn't it?
So we're going to put 15-23 on the.
I wouldn't be a good scorekeeper, I'll be honest with you. I'd get distracted, forget to turn it off. I'd be that guy, Teddy. I got to be honest with you.
You'd be yelling at the refs.
Oh, nice hit in the backfield. Gained a few yards, but deep in the backfield that time. Nice, coming up nicely. Caleb Langenberg, number 27, with the hit and a loss of one. Watch this, they kind of shoot the gaps here, Teddy.
Ball on the Red Raider 9-yard line.
Right there, did a nice job. Well, actually gained a couple because they were at 15, so gained
Keeping
a
an
couple.
eye on some other scores, John.
Yes.
You got Kewanee and Southern Door playing for the Packerland Championship
Right.
tonight. Kewanee leads Southern Door at the end of the first quarter, 12-0.
That is a big showdown up in that area.
Yeah. So 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw.
Schmidt.
Good coverage. And overshot his man going up against that wind. Coverage provided out there that time by number 21, Drew Zinkel. 5'8", 155-pound defensive back for the Trojans.
From the FRCC North, Bayport taking on De Pere tonight. Bayport all over.
Rolling. rolling.
28-0 in
Yeah.
that game. We'll see Bayport next week against West De Pere.
And I was impressed with De Pere in our first game of the season against Neenah. Next week we've got a dandy coming up, don't we?
Well, we do. West De Pere and Bayport.
It'll be one
Kimberly
of the best matchups.
Kaukauna also playing tonight. Basically the Fox Valley Association Championship in that game. Kimberly with a 7-0 lead over Kaukauna. And we saw that Kaukauna team last week. Good-looking squad. But
Very
on this
good-looking
3rd
squad.
and 11,
Yeah, they tried a little inside handoff, inside reverse, and Southwest stayed home. Didn't go for the fake, stayed home, stayed right on it, did a really nice job.
Trojans doing a really nice job defensively on
Yeah,
that.
very
stand.
nice. Jace Prosky, number 28, one of the guys coming up to make that stop. 5'9", 180-pound junior linebacker. So I believe we have some men in green making their way to the juncture over here. Teddy?
Packers coming in.
So another timeout called by Southwest. Okay, with 6:27 left to play here in the first half.
All right. Hey, tonight's instant replays, well, they're brought to you by Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese Little Chute.
So punting against the wind, Southwest should get some pretty good field position. Okay, they've got cool hats. Will one of those guys give me their hat, yes or no? Would you ask them? Would you ask them for me?
I think...
what?
Yeah, you go ahead.
You! Wow. You don't do anything for me, Teddy. There was a time you would have done things for me. Now, nothing.
Hey, our friends at Gandrud West Mason, well, the down and distance marker, well, they're brought to you by Gandrud West Mason Value Center, offering quality vehicles at one low price and competitive financing options. Purchase with confidence from Gandrud West Mason.
So Southwest playing for some position here. I like that. They're not conceding, or they're not saying they're going to, win this ball game, but, not conceding field position, calling the timeout, setting up a return. Punting from their own end zone is Pulaski. Short punt that'll bounce at the 40. And it's a very good bounce for Pulaski to the 47.
All right. So, let you know, a lot of smiles before the game. Of course, brought to you by our friends at North Star Dental Group. Tonight's Smile Cam brought to you by North Star Dental Group, changing your life by changing your smile. Some blankets and rain jackets that we haven't seen throughout this season.
It was so cold at the start of tonight's ball game, and I think it's gotten a little bit better. Or maybe we've just gotten warmer because we came inside. One of the two.
We went down. We pre-taped an open before this game.
In a deluge.
You didn't get a chance to see it.
In a freezing deluge.
Game started a little bit quicker than we thought it would, but it was pouring.
It was nasty.
Only when we were out there taping that open.
Ted was like, I don't want to be out here. Remember that?
And John's like, I'm made of sugar.
Pass incomplete. Looking over the right side to Dylan Collard. Ball comes up short. I did not say that. You were the one that came up with that whole saying. You came up with that whole saying. It was
That's a great
nasty.
saying, though.
It's a great. Yeah, where did that come from? Is that from a movie or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You think of a sugar cube, and if it gets wet, it melts. Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm sorry.
I'll draw you a picture at halftime.
Please, you're going to have to. Wow. All of a sudden, Teddy's the quipster. Wow. All the roles reverse.
Hey, Kaukauna on the board in that Kimberly game, so that Kimberly-Kaukauna game knotted at 7 apiece. 2nd and 10 from the 48. And
straight up the middle once again is Jacardi Tidwell.
And maybe a loose ball here, John, and it is, and Pulaski has recovered a fumble.
He had gained about 2, but it popped up. Coming up, Logan Schultz, one of the first guys on it, and with the hit. So Simpson with the tackle. Somebody's down on the field for Southwest.
Injured player and the athletic trainers out there.
Yep, they're all out there. And there's another person we're going to be talking to at halftime, Mark Husen from Bellin Sports Medicine. Had him on my radio show this morning, talk a little bit about high school athletes, how well-conditioned they are these days, so they stay in shape all season round, and they lift weights, they do everything. But you know what? Sports are tough, and guys are just simply going to get hurt no matter what you do.
Yeah, and I think this is the 3rd straight game where we've seen a stoppage in play.
Well, last week we saw it on the sidelines.
Yeah,
good to see the running back
was injured.
Yeah, Tidwell leaving the field under his own power. Right.
Yeah, bounces right back up. And
yeah, one of the coaches on the sidelines last week took I think he was knocked out.
It was a pretty scary
moment.
That
was very scary, extremely scary. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't moving, but then he finally got up and bounced out. But yeah, it was a very scary moment. So Pulaski with the football right at midfield, 5:59 left to go here in the first half. As we mentioned, you don't want to miss the halftime show.
A bobble there for Schultz. And
boy, coming up and making a nice hit, though, once again, is Curtis Danforth. He is a hitter. I'm telling you, that kid comes up, and he is just solid. Goes right through the tackle. Gain of about 5, bringing it up to the 45-yard line. Watch his tackle, Teddy. Watch number 19 in the silver and gray coming up and making that stop right there. He's a tough football player.
Well, you got to be careful when Schultz has the ball in his hand. He might throw it just as well as he might run it.
Yep. He's done that this year.
3 touchdowns through the air, now 8 on the ground.
That's him again. Short gain that time, number 28, Jace Pulaski.
Yeah, going to be about a yard shy.
Yep, third and 1 from the 41. Miller also in on the tackle. So third and about a yard and a half. New player comes into the ball game, Griffin Van Lanen with the play. Van Lanen, a pretty legendary name in sports around these parts, in the Pulaski area.
So third and 1. Schultz will keep it himself, and as we said, he'll throw it just as well as he'll pass it, and he's got a man.
That's Hakes.
And inside the 10 before he is pulled down just shy of the goal line. What a run after the catch.
Well, they had 4 guys in the backfield that time, Ted. It was almost a box formation, something you don't see very often. 2 in the backfield, 2 just ahead of the running backs. And they had all kinds of fakery in the backfield. They had all sorts of things going on. Looks like there is there a flag on the play? I didn't see the flag, to be honest with you. But right here, look at, they faked the inside reverse. Then the first man through was Hakes that they had faked to, and he takes down, he rumbles right to about the 1 foot line, really.
Yep. So first and goal from the 1.
He'll get the call.
Yep, direct snap, and Hakes is in for the touchdown.
Big hole that time. Rumbles in for the touchdown. Another one for Pulaski as they continue to roll, taking advantage of a turnover on the part of Southwest right at midfield. Couple of turnovers that, and again, we're talking about Southwest being a young football team, but the coaches, that has to drive them crazy because first play of the ball game, a holding call, 2 fumbles. Those sorts of things that you just can't have if you want to stay competitive in a game against a team like this.
And that is the second touchdown by Hakes in this game. So Miles Whipple on for the kick. And that is up and good.
Sends that one off into the night, didn't he?
Well,
a little frustration.
I'm watching the Packers over here as they watch that that operation. Some head nods there.
Yeah. Snap to hold the kick. You bet.
Yeah.
We can get a comment on that from all of them. So 33-0.
Every time a team reaches the opponent's 20-yard line, they're in the Gallagher's Pizza Red Zone. Check out their restaurants in Swamico and De Pere, as well as 2 locations in Green Bay on West Mason Street and Webster Avenue. Gallagher's Pizza, Italian food, Irish spirit. So speaking of Gallagher's Pizza, I know the owner, Chad, is here. He's got a son playing for Southwest.
Okay.
So
maybe we should put a wager on something again. We normally have a Gallagher's Pizza wager during the course of the ball game.
I think we could just go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I forgot my wallet tonight. I'll be honest with you. It's the one time that's ever happened.
That never happens, does
it's
it?
Twice in my life that's happened. But I would like to go there. I think that would be great. A little team bonding.
Team bonding
Exercise.
Sounds great.
Team bonding exercise. Not tonight. Remember that song?
I don't.
No. I used to play it on my radio show all the time.
Team bonding, not tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you remember Business Time?
I do remember Business Time. I don't remember that part of it, though.
Wow. It's at that point, huh?
Here, with 4 minutes to go in the half.
We're bringing up things for a radio show from 12 years ago. Return out to about the 27-yard line. That's where Southwest will have it, with just inside 4 minutes to go in the first half. Once again, we got a bevy of Packer players coming on right here at halftime. Talk a little bit about the Packers versus Cancer. And again, that's the main reason we're here tonight.
Well, Anders Carlson, Daniel Whelan, Matt Orsich, Keyshawn Nixon in the house tonight.
That's very nice. You
Coming
got
up in the
first team All-Pro, and you got the whole mechanism of the kicking situation, the snap, the hold, and the kick, which is very cool.
All part of Packers versus Cancer tonight.
Toss left side, nothing there. Number 44, Griffin Holwinski, shutting him down. Should I tell them about my punt, pass, and kick experiences, yes or no?
They probably want
You think they want to hear about it?
in their opportunity to talk about Packers versus Cancer and maybe some of their high school days.
Yeah.
They probably want to hear about your experiences.
Okay. I was thinking the same thing. Thank you.
I mean, Andrew's sitting here. He can't even believe. He's so excited to hear these
Yes,
words.
I know.
He can't even believe that what you're saying.
Thank you for the opportunity. Wow. It's fantastic. Thank you, Teddy.
Here's a
Looking
pass down the
deep.
field.
Just can't find his man that time. Good coverage. Going deep. Intended receiver running down that left sideline. Ethan Richardson. Just overshot. Brings up 3rd and 14. They've got the wind behind him. Going pretty strong now. That wind is really blowing strong. And it's really blowing behind him. I think that one just sailed. Got under him and just took off. Because he's got a nice arm. Like I mentioned, he's a really good baseball player. All conference, I believe, last year. Southwest always turns out some good baseball players, too, though, don't they? Over the years.
Great athletes. And they got some great things going on at the school. I know Amy Hogan was telling me about all the great infrastructure going on there with the different fields that they've been updating. And
ooh, number 44 coming in fast. Griffin Holwinski once again for Pulaski for the sack. You know what's sad about Southwest, though? One very sad aspect about something. The Troyettes have ended. My daughter was in Troyettes for 4 years. She was a captain. They won a national championship. And I'm telling you, they were phenomenal.
When I first got to Green Bay,
yes,
in 2002, I made the mistake of saying the Southwest dancing team.
Oh, look at this punt all the way back to the 30-yard line. It's about a 60-yard punt. Nice job that time going back there for Southwest, covering that punt.
Hey, Johnny, this big cancer versus Packers versus cancer night tonight. We've all been touched, had somebody touch a friend, a family member with cancer, and that's why Security Lupke Roofing is donating a portion of their October sales to breast cancer research. To learn more, visit SecurityLupkeRoofing.com. That's a great thing that they're doing. One of our new sponsors this year.
Shannon, our boy Shannon. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. And, their commercials are phenomenal.
He's
too.
great. Shannon is one of the all-time great
breast
guys.
Cancer awareness commercials. They've done a great job with that. So this is the 1st and 10 from the
wide
29.
Open. Big play. Nice play that time. Nice setup, nice throw, rolling around. Griffin Van Lanen. Or excuse me, with...
Yep, Van Lanen with the catch.
Very nice setup that time. See, that's the thing. When you run the ball successfully, I remember, I'm going to go back like 50 years. Lynn Dickey always told me...
What did Lynn Dickey tell you?
Lynn Dickey used to tell me.
Are you dropping names now?
You darn right I'm dropping names. I'm dropping Lynn Dickey. Schultz with a big carry, gain of about 10 that time.
That's going to be another first down.
He said the greatest thing in the world is play action passes, but only if your running game is working. If your running game is not working, there's nothing worse than play action passes. Lynn Dickey told me that. Did I mention that? Did I drop that name?
My good friend?
Yeah. What's his first name?
Lynn.
No, it's not. See, we're such close friends. I know his first name, and you don't.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna ask one of the current Packers.
Go ahead. And see if they know what Lynn Dickey's real first name is. All right. Wow. What I have to do.
From the 38.
Another quick pass over the middle. Ran Rodell.
Yep.
With the catch. The minute 34
senior.
left.
And Pulaski will take a timeout here.
As you mentioned, Pulaski comes into this ball game 3-4. What do you think as far as in the conference, or not conference doesn't really have much to do with it, but just in the playoff structure, can you get in with 4 or do you need 5?
Well, there have been teams that have gotten in with that 4-5 record.
Yeah.
If you've got a 500 record in conference, there are so many different tiebreakers.
I know, you just don't know until that night.
Field.
And now it's computerized versus coaches sitting around all night long.
But that doesn't affect the computers. Come in after that.
Okay.
For the pairing.
So they don't have anything to do with the actual teams and their records and if they're seeded or not.
That is all tiebreaker. Yeah. That
I've never known how that all works. Does anybody? Or do they just kind of wing it?
With the computer?
Yeah.
There haven't been some very happy people.
I'll tell you what, I still say Westy Pier last year, they had that unbelievably great game against Bayport and lost in the last second. And here they are. Bayport was number 1 in the state. And Westy Pier played them so tough. And they got like a 4th seed, I believe it was. Yeah. Remember that? And that put such a chip on their shoulder, and that led them to the state championship game, I believe.
2nd and 4. Over the top, looking for a man, and
nice
broken up.
defense. Yep.
Wow, that was a great defensive play. Is Colliard in there?
Nice defensive back
Where's
play
that?
that time.
Let's see. Actually, Daniel Stevens wearing number 7.
Oh, okay.
Daniel Stevens.
Nice job. 5'10", 150,
We'll get a
sophomore.
good look at it here, John.
Played this one perfectly. Look at that, knocking away just at the last second.
Yeah.
I was looking for a number 1, to be honest with you. It's number 7.
I thought it was number 2.
Okay. Wide open. Oh, he had a man wide open downfield.
And inside the
still
15-yard line, inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
That one complete to Griffin Van Lanen once again. And you have to think, Teddy, that Pulaski's thinking to themselves, let's try to get that running clock going in the second half so we can rest some of these guys. At number 10, Griffin Van Lanen's been making some big plays here in the second quarter. 6'1", 185. He's only a junior. Schultz
keeping it on
powering
the
his
ground
way
and
for
gets
a
through.
touchdown.
Touchdown, Pulaski.
Wow. Well, he just put his head down, wrapped that ball up, and just kept the legs churning. So Schultz having a big ball game.
13-yard run on that touchdown.
And this has obviously been all Pulaski here in this first half with 1 minute left to play. Nothing fancy, straight up the middle. Get that lead blocker once again. Number 23 does a nice job. Also number 57, Lucas Riekle. Big offensive lineman, helps lead the way for him. Riekle at 6'3", 210 pounds. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year. Spend some time in the weight room, eat some good punchkas.
Punchkis?
Isn't it punchkis? Another one blocked.
Blocked.
So 3 extra points I've had problems with. Is it punchkis?
Punchkis.
Right around Ash Wednesday or Fat Tuesday? Is it punchkis?
Yep.
That Pulaski's famous for?
Yep.
Okay. What's the kishka? Is a kishka also?
That's a sausage.
That's a sausage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Were you at Polka Days this year?
I was not.
You were not at Polka Days?
I was not. I couldn't make it.
Oh, my gosh.
I couldn't make it.
So good. Yeah, we were here on opening night this year.
Okay.
At Thursday.
But I'm saying if you live in Pulaski, you weigh 210, and you're that age, you load up on the punchkis and the kishka, you can put on some weight. I know I could. I know that. By the way, I want to thank one of the people that work
Pierogies?
here. What's a pierogi?
A pierogi, it's it's a breaded. Oh.
I don't know what a
it's like a
pierogi
pastry.
is.
It's like a fried pastry.
Okay.
Or it could be boiled pastry.
Okay. Boiled?
It's delicious.
You don't boil pastries. Who boils a pastry? Wow. Is that like some health thing? Oh, don't fry it. We got to boil this pastry.
Well, if you would show up to Polka Days every once in a while, you could try all these fabulous treats.
Something very, very vital going on that time.
Is a pierogi fried?
Nobody.
I think it's fried.
You just looked at the Packer players. Our pierogi's fried. Anders, gotta ask you something here. Keisha, I gotta ask you. Pierogies, they fried or are they broiled? Oh, look at this. Throwback. Oh, but he goes down. You know what? I give Southwest all the credit in the world. They aren't conceding anything. They're not quitting. They're trying to pull out all the stops. I love that. I like that a lot. Can put your head down and just, run into the locker room. I like it.
Yep.
Keep it going.
And with a 35-point plus lead.
Yeah.
The running clock here.
At least.
And again, make sure you stick around at halftime. We've got some Packer players we're going to be speaking with as we are part of the Packers versus Cancer initiative tonight. This game, both school districts involved in fundraising for this important cause, and looking forward to speaking with some of the Packers here at the intermission.
I think it's great they're taking a Friday night out of their schedule and come and do something like this. I think it's fantastic, especially on a night like tonight.
And they're getting ready to go to Vegas.
Yes. yes. Most expensive ticket in the NFL so far this season. Okay.
Well, we've reached halftime, John.
Yes.
39-0 it is. Pulaski leading Green Bay Southwest on Packer versus Cancer night. We'll be back with some Green Bay Packers and hear their thoughts on the upcoming games and their high school careers and, of course, this important initiative. That's coming up next on Showdown. Welcome back. It is halftime here at Pulaski with Pulaski leading big 39-0 over Green Bay Southwest. But we've got some very special guests here. Ted Stefanik, John Mino. It is Packers versus Cancer night. We've got 4 Green Bay Packers with us. Keyshawn Nixon, Matt Orsich, Daniel Whelan, and Anders Carlson all with us tonight. Thanks for coming out, guys. I know the fans are really excited to see you guys out there. I know you guys were throwing some souvenirs out there, but on this important night tonight where we're working on the initiative for Packers versus Cancer, Keyshawn, I know you had an important message for this initiative. You're kind of the spokesperson here. Your family has been touched by cancer.
Yeah, my mom.
Tell us that story.
Last year when I first got here, my mom texted me one day and was just like, she thinks she has cancer. She has symptoms. They went to the doctor and they checked it out, and she did have breast cancer. But she fought it and beat it. So right now she's doing more tests, trying to figure out what other problems they have. And that's why I wanted to be like the spokesperson this year and just show her that I had a support for her.
Go ahead, keep going.
I'm sorry to interrupt that story. We're having trouble with your microphone, but you were telling us about your mom's journey through breast cancer. So,
That's my story.
oh, sorry.
Thanks for sharing that. What's the main reason you wanted to be here?
I just love to come and support, local community, and it's a great cause, Packers for Cancer. How could you not support? And coming out to watch some high school football is just a no-brainer.
What do you remember about your high school days?
Man, there's a lot of memories coming from that. It's a lot of fun. You get to, being a senior, going out there playing, and you're the big dog on campus. It's just a blast getting out to go, and the sense of community from high school football is very unique.
There's still something special about walking up to a high school football stadium and hearing a band and seeing the lights, isn't there?
It takes you back immediately. Just as soon as you hear that band, the drum line going, you're right back as an 18-year-old kid walking out there.
Did you wear your jersey to class on Fridays?
No, our coach actually had us dress up. He wanted us to be in suit and ties on game day. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Very cool. What about you, big fella?
We were in Jersey, so I guess we weren't as good as them. But yeah, it's good to be out. Just the environment from the kids, and obviously it's for a great cause too.
Tell me a little bit about Monday night. What's going through your family's mind?
Yeah, Monday night's big for a lot of us, but yeah, especially me. Playing my brother, first game. We're ever going to get to face off against each other, so hopefully it comes down to a couple field goals maybe, but otherwise we expect a big one.
We're talking about this, about how much fun it is. High school football, something you remember for your entire life. But you guys are going to be in one of the most marquee games of the NFL season so far, the most expensive ticket in the NFL for the entire season. What are the feelings going into a ball game like that, knowing literally the entire world is watching?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge game, but I guess for me at least, and for a specialist for sure, it's just any other game. So treat it just the way you would any home game, any away game, and just go do your job.
Outstanding. Now this guy right here, I got to ask him one thing first. The Ryder Cup. We need to know your feelings on the Ryder Cup, being from Ireland.
Yeah, go Europe.
What did you think of Rory?
He did well. Great player. I mean, great spokesperson as well. But I mean,
what's up with those European fans?
They just know how to get after it. I mean, they're great supporters, so they can drink too. So
who's crazier, Packer fans or European golf fans?
Packer fans.
Are they really?
Yeah. They're wild out here.
All right.
Yeah.
So I like this that you got the whole mechanics of kicking right here, right? Of you three, which aspect, let's say it's a game-winning field goal coming up, which aspect is most important? The snap, the hold, the kick?
The kick. He can save us all.
He starts it. It's all important, though.
Kick.
Okay, all right. I still think holding is the least appreciated job in all of sports.
Sometimes.
I wouldn't want to be holding on a night like tonight.
I mean, it's your job. You just got to do it. Yeah. I mean, just got to get down there and just hold it for them.
That's what guys have to do.
He makes the money, so we got to get him right.
Hey, Daniel, I know with this being the Packers versus Cancer initiative, I know you've got a very special story too. That reason why you're involved in this.
My nana in Ireland passed away about 12 years ago from breast cancer, so that was pretty tough on our family, but we all hung in together, and then I came to America 2 years later. So
people forget. They see the limelight, they see the contracts, they see all this. Forget you're just normal guys with normal families.
Yeah, I mean, half my family's in Ireland, so I mean.
I was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
It's a great day.
Yeah, and I came in fourth in punt, pass, and kick one year.
Hey, keep going.
We're amongst great athletes here. I'm just saying.
Let's get a quick thought, Keyshawn. Just your thoughts on Monday night, a big game going to Vegas.
I'm excited. I get to play my old teammates in an old organization I used to play for, and I'm excited. No other better way to do it is on prime time.
All right.
How cool is that for the rest of your life? The words Pro Bowl would be attached to it.
Larry McCarron has lived off that.
Yeah. I ain't go to the pro, but I was all pro.
That's even better.
A lot better. Yeah.
Guys, really
I know you correct me.
Really appreciate you guys coming.
Really cool
everything
you guys
do with Packers versus Cancer. Good luck on Monday.
Thank you all very, very much.
Green Bay Packers joining us tonight on Showdown. All right, it is halftime. We've got much more coming up, including some stories from each school and, of course, Mark Hewson from Bellin Health coming up later in the halftime. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Back at Pulaski High School where they lead 39-0 at halftime. There's that marching band you were talking about, John.
They're outstanding. They're absolutely fantastic. Look forward to seeing them in they're like the high school version
Rose Bowl parade.
They're like the high school version of the Badger Band, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are, and they work so hard. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Well, we had our NBC 26 reporters out at both schools this weekend. John Miller from NBC 26 Sports had a chance to check in with both schools about their efforts and Packers versus Cancer Foundation.
It's year 7 for the Packers versus Cancer high school football game as the organization teams up with the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation as well as Bellin Health to raise awareness for all forms of cancer. And they'll be at Pulaski High School on Friday night as the Red Raiders take on Green Bay Southwest. And they'll be there to not only raise awareness and funds, but to enjoy some good football.
We're very proud of the awareness that we can bring to the different initiatives. This one is cancer, of course, and helps people want to get involved, maybe inspires them, motivates them to get involved in something that's near and dear to them.
Now, why would they want to have a Packers versus Cancer high school football game? It's to get down to the grassroots level and raise awareness. The two schools sold t-shirts for this year's game.
See who could sell the most shirts. Whichever school raises the most funds, the Packers are going to provide a donation to that school for their football program.
The Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation uses the money they receive to provide grants to different causes.
We funded things like mobile mammogram units that help get more people screened, help underserved communities get screened, and really get more people in the top of that funnel to try to catch cancer before it becomes a big deal.
How about this story for helping catch cancer?
We did skin cancer screenings at a golf outing. It was literally like, as people are checking in, hey, if you want to go over here and get a screening, well, they found a guy with stage 4 skin cancer because he happened to be at one of our golf outings. They caught it, he went and got treatment, and he's cured.
Cancer has had an impact on nearly everyone, including Packers rookie kicker Anders Carlson, who will be a representative for the team at Pulaski High School. His grandmother is battling breast cancer right now.
So much of what we do on the field is important, but for me, I think the things and the impacts we can make off the field are almost more important. And so excited to go watch some high school football. Haven't been to a game since I've left high school, and man, excited to see those students and those players.
And joining Carlson tonight is Packers cornerback Keyshawn Nixon, whose mother has also gone through her own cancer battle, as well as Packers punter Daniel Whalen. From Lambeau Field, John Miller, NBC 26.
Well, thank you very much, John. And, yeah, it was great to have all those folks up here and great stories. Hey, want to bring in another NBC 26 neighborhood reporter, Andrew Amuzu. Hey, Andrew, I know you're back on the field. I know you were over at Southwest this week. What do you got?
Oh yeah, guys. So at Southwest High School, leadership is proven to be just as important off the field as it is on the field. And they have a new leadership group within the football program to prove it, all run by the athletes themselves.
I think we all have like a different style of doing things, but I think we're all going for the same goal.
Braxton Murphy, Caleb Spertles, and Nolan Rauscher are 3 student athletes leading the Southwest High School Fighting Trojans to new heights now and for the future.
Building a championship culture and just coming back from the past few disappointing seasons and bringing it back to what it was in 2015-16, whether that's winning in school or life in general.
The team has struggled this year with a record of 0-7, and last year the Trojans finished 1-8. In January of 2023, the players believed creating the Leadership Council could ignite a turn toward success.
I think one of my big things about it was building and enhancing the brotherhood that we have here, laying a foundation of something that we can work on. So the brotherhood and just the teamwork, like you said, on and off the field, is very important to us.
After last season's finish, the Leadership Council hosted a lock-in event at the high school for the team, a day filled with several team-building activities. Nolan and Caleb are seniors. They say they're looking for ways to help the next generation of leaders.
One of the big things I took away was we have to train more leaders because, obviously this is my senior season and it's not going the way we wanted to, but I can still leave a big impact on this team that's going to last for many more seasons.
The three lead the council made up of 10 players and meet every Sunday to plan future events and build leadership skills. Co-head coach Aaron Van Eperen says everything the team is learning prepares them for life outside of football too.
I obviously think it's important what we're doing on the football field, but then also we want to give them the skills to be able to go and be good husbands, good fathers, good employees, all of that.
All right, we do have some other.
As for the next generation of leaders, Nolan Rauscher says that it isn't the easiest thing to be a leader, but it is most necessary to promote future success. Guys?
And obviously they're trailing 39-0 here at halftime. I don't know what he said to his team in the locker room, but I got a feeling it was an encouraging type of speech, not a beating people up mentally type of speech. A speech of let's go out there, let's take it one play at a time, let's all have that brotherhood on the field together.
Oh, of course, and that's the only way to do it, in my opinion. But if you're losing this bad, that's the only way that's going to, help turn that page moving forward. And so I'm sure that halftime speech was something along those lines. They probably need you in that locker room. I mean, that was great in its own way.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, I know you don't mind him very much, but he's got you pegged.
I try to tell coaches, have me come down at halftime. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you very much.
More Mino.
More Mino.
Great job, Andrew.
Great job, buddy.
We've got to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll find out a little bit more from the Bellin Health side of things and this Packer versus Cancer initiative. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. All right, I know everyone was excited to see the Green Bay Packers, but I know you're sticking around for Mark Houston from Bellin Health, our old buddy here helping us out. Hey, Mark, I know Bellin Health, you guys have been doing such a great job sponsoring the Showdown and telling us all about different health things, but this is a little different with Packers versus Cancer and your relationship also with the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation.
Yeah, between the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation, the Packers, it's an awesome opportunity just to get the message out on cancer and screenings.
Hey, Mark, it's one of those things, too, where when you bring the Packers involved, or you get the Packers involved, you bring them here, they're hands-on with everybody. It brings a personal element to a very terrible thing, but it brings a personal element hearing their stories, doesn't it?
It does, and it just calls it out, to say, hey, we got to do more with screenings. We got to make sure we catch this on the front end, not on the back end. It's great having the Packers involved. They're out there throwing footballs around, but it's a fundraiser. It's trying to bring that awareness to it.
Screenings, we keep talking about screenings for cancer. The first step is talk with your primary care provider.
Yeah, your primary care provider. There's just a lot of things that you can do for screening very early, and if you can catch it early, it just saves, could save a life. Ultimately, is the biggest thing, but can save so many dollars if you catch it on, very early stages.
Well, let's say another thing that you and I have talked about. What's the correlation between sports medicine and cancer? How many times, because somebody goes in to get that checkup for a sports injury or preventive sports injury, that you guys find cancer at a very early stage? It happens a lot, doesn't it, Mark?
It does, so it's just, that's the biggest thing. You feel something weird, you don't feel like something's going on right, get checked out. But also do those annuals, if it's a breast exam, if it's a lung screening, if it's a skin, getting checked out and just having someone take a look at your body.
And it's funny because you talked about this too. Guys don't have a problem making an appointment saying, hey, honey, I gotta go get my Achilles checked out, but they don't want to anything else checked out for cancer, but ironically, it's found by doing the other thing.
It is. You just got to, sometimes just say, this is what you got to do. And both male and females need to do it. We got to probably do it at a younger age, too, just trying to catch them early.
Outstanding.
Right. Mark Hughes of Bellin Health joining us once again. Thank you so much for all your help this year, and I have a feeling we'll see you down the road in the playoffs.
Thanks,
Great
guys.
having you here,
Appreciate
buddy.
it.
All right, halftime continues. Well, actually, we're done after this timeout. Second half action coming up between Pulaski and Southwest after this. Ted Stefaniak, John Mina with you, getting ready for the start of the second half between Pulaski and Green Bay Southwest. And Pulaski up big, and I don't. It's not necessarily a surprise, John.
No.
But, this game, this broadcast is a little bit bigger than just a football game.
And that's the
tonight.
reason we're here. When you look at games at the beginning, and you put the schedule together in, July, a lot of times?
March.
And it's really tough with high school football. That's so difficult to project from that. One star player, quits the team or gets hurt or something, could turn an entire season around. You don't have a whole, practice squad of guys to bring up or, 14 other guys on scholarship at that position. But what I'm saying is no matter what, this game, it didn't matter who the two teams were. When we found out this was the Packers versus Cancer night, no questions asked, we're going to be there.
Right. And the Packers work with both school districts.
Exactly.
School districts working with the Packers to raise awareness within the school districts, to raise some money. And, it's a celebration.
No question.
The score's out of hand right now, but this is a celebration for both schools. And we thank both schools for participating in this very important
and
initiative.
again, two of the young guys we talked to, they're here for a specific reason. Cancer in their family, breast cancer in their families.
Yeah.
So, this is big for them. It's not just, I'm going to make an appearance. They're doing it for a very special reason with somebody in mind for the reason that they're here.
Yeah, and again, we thank the Packers for coming out and spending their Friday night with us on a cold and a bit rainy night here in Pulaski. A lot of guys would not, do
Anders
that.
Carlson there, he goes, whoo, when I was leaving the house tonight. It's like, yeah.
So we are underway here in the second half. Pulaski kicking off to Southwest. Little pooch punt or a pooch kick here to about the 35-yard line. Well, all things gold, silver, and platinum. Well, we are the Fox Cities experts. Vegas, Fox Valley coin and diamond.
That was Oliver Ingalls with the return that time for Southwest. So as we were mentioning, you saw in the great halftime story that, this is all a positive football program right now. I'm sure that was the talk in that locker room at halftime. Let's just go out one play at a time.
Checking in on some other scores. Packerland Championship on the line tonight. Kewanee leading Southern Door 26-0.
Wow.
Didn't see that one.
No, Southern Door has been playing great football this season.
And pressure coming, and Sprudels
nice
gets
pass
that
over
pass
there.
out.
Alec Teal with the reception. Nice little bootleg that time. Nice way to start the second half. Biggest play of the ball game so far for Southwest. Watch this nice little play action, little bootleg in the backfield on part of the quarterback. Fake the toss, fakes out the defensive back, almost slips, gets his footing, does a nice job. Nicest play of the game, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Southwest.
Sprudels over 400 yards passing this season. Southern Door, we were talking about that score, Southern Door and Kewanee. I guess the Southern Door quarterback is out of that game, so it'll be tough to find their way back without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only unfortunate thing of this season. We've seen a lot of injuries. We've seen some injuries. I remember the first game of the year, the great young quarterback for Nina injured his wrist, missed several games. There have been some other guys like that. Yeah, he's back. But you just hate to see that. Because, again, somebody might have a 10-year career in the pros. You can stay for like 6 years these days in college. But high school, you've got those 4 years, and that is it. So you hate to see them lose any time. So the whole team over near the sidelines for Southwest getting the play. Never seen that before. Have you, Ted? The whole team standing over there like that? Getting the play from the coach? I don't think I have. I like it, though.
A good way to make sure everyone's on the same page.
No question about it. You're exactly correct. I like it. Quick toss left side again. Not much there. Alec Thiel. Croth with the carry. Ezra Croth. 5'11", 160. Another junior running back.
Third and long coming up.
So they had that nice play to start this drive, but now they need 9. Although, I don't know if they'll be punting anymore in tonight's ball game. They might just, say, let's just play it out and see what happens. That's been a tough number to read tonight with the way it's torn up around the top.
Yeah.
That's a tough defense for Pulaski, though, isn't it? Colin Pratt, one of the guys in the stop that time.
They look good tonight.
They certainly do.
And the snap, and Sprudels
Look
right
at
up
this.
the middle,
Sprudels is
right through the defense, and a touchdown, Green Bay Southwest.
Wow, a little bit of a quarterback draw type of play. Did a great job taking it straight north and south. What a nice drive for Southwest. Well, that's what we were talking about at halftime. They're going to come in there in that locker room, and they're not going to, tear into people. They're going to tell them, let's build on what we did well. Let's start the second half well. And that was a really nice drive. Boy, did the C's part there, though. That was just wide open. Nice job of the offense coordinator, whatever he saw to call that play, because they had the spread formation, did a great job of letting him go free. Big play for Southwest. That's what you like to see when a team's down so far. You hate to see them quit and hang their heads and maybe get chippy. That was a great way to start the second half. Good for them.
Yeah, caught Pulaski by surprise,
Yeah.
I think. Well, that's the thing. When you got a 39-point lead,
right?
You ask, well, how is this team that's down 39-0 going to react? The other question is, how do you react when you got a 39-0 lead? The extra point is no good. That is blocked, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on TV 32.
By the way, I put the picture on my picture on my Facebook of the Packer players, and somebody said, "Where is Clifford Dickey?"
Oh,
it's his real first.
Lynn
Dickey's real first name is Clifford. There you go. Something you learn tonight. I teach you something almost every week.
I'm going to teach you something here.
Okay.
Our Down and Distance is brought to you by Gandrid West Mason Value Center. Find the right vehicle at the right value for your money. Complete inventory online at GandridWest.com.
And I knew that because when I was doing a show with him one time, he had monogrammed sleeves. It said CLD. That's how I knew that. That's how I always remembered.
That's how you knew.
That's how I knew.
This one bounces. That tough to handle.
The 19.
And brought up to the 35, the 40, 45.
Strong run, Ryan Rodell. He's a tough football player. He's a tough DB. He's tough when he has the football.
Rylan Rodell.
He's a Pulaski kid.
Yep. Our instant replays tonight brought to you by Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese Little Chute.
I also had a couple of texts. Question for you.
For me?
Yes.
Wow.
Did you ever get an answer to your question? The pierogies. Are they boiled?
pierogies.
Or whatever? How are they cooked? I've got people saying, does Teddy know? We need to know.
We'll try to find out.
Wow. You can't throw something out there without an answer.
I did not ask how they were
Way
made.
to confuse
I just
people,
enjoy eating
Ted.
them.
All right.
You don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Good
Just
point.
Eat the sausage.
Oh, down hard. Southwest came in hard that time. Jaden Quintal, one of the guys getting in there quickly. And I think Miller was also in there. Boy, they came strong that time, didn't they? Right here, coming up strong. Well, that was him that was him. That was Miller who missed him, but it forced him up into the pocket. So second and about 14, and another nice defensive play on the part of Southwest. Wow, they come out in this second half playing inspired football. Jace Prosky with the tackle that time. No gain on the play.
Yeah, the junior stepping up there. 36 tackles coming in and a sack for Prosky.
Came up really aggressively that time. Also, nice play right there by number 52, Brandon Mullen for Southwest. That's really what slowed him down. And then that was Prosky who finished him off. So 3rd and 14 from about the 40. Schultz showed pass a little bit. Gains about 8. We'll bring up a 4th down. And the clock runs, although we're not in the running clock anymore. No, I know, but I'm just saying he didn't get the first down, didn't go out of bounds. Yeah, you didn't have to correct me like that, Ted. I knew that.
The question
I was going to explain myself.
Is it 4-down territory?
It is. It is 4-down territory. It is not 4-down territory. That's what I meant to say.
As you see the punt unit.
As I saw a sea of red leave the sidelines and. Yes. Yep. I was going to put a Gallagher's Pizza on that one. I'm glad I did not. Yes.
Well, you can still get one.
Huh? Yeah. All right.
They're delicious.
We're going to work on it. I still want one of those hats that they're selling here tonight. Can you buy me one of those hats?
Packers versus Cancer?
Yeah. Andover and will go out of bounds.
And we will step...
No, well, yes, it does.
It'll go out of bounds. So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So it is Southwest with that defense stepping up, forcing the punt, and they've got the ball on their own 25-yard line.
Scored on their first series of the second half. Oh, that's true. Well, that should be an incomplete pass, right? Yep. So incomplete pass, but they're going deep into the playbook, trying to get a little creative here.
Yeah, we also have those questions on like the jet sweep.
Yes. Is it a pass? Is it a I agree. But this right away the refs came in and said no, incomplete pass. If I was a quarterback, I would call that
a shuffle or a shuttle. Wasn't that always
You're right.
the discussion with
yes,
Brett
it was.
Favre?
Yes, it was.
Is
Yes,
it
it
a
was.
shuttle pass or a shuffle pass?
If I was a high school quarterback and called my own plays, I'd call that play 12 times a game. So I'd have at least 8 completions. Oh, big hit that time. Defense comes up so strong for Pulaski. Charlie Schuster with the hit that time. Schuster 6'3", 180. He's a linebacker. He's made a lot of tackles like that. Brings up a 3rd and 10. This is form. You know, if you want to have the young kids, how do you tackle if you're a linebacker? You come up right here, you keep your head up, you get your knees bent real low, and you drive them back. That is absolutely form tackling. And there's a player down, by the way over on the sidelines for Southwest. Oh, did I tell you I ever coached? Ever tell you when I coached?
I know you're always talking about coaching during the games.
But I ever told you about my coaching career?
No.
I never have?
Tell me.
We don't have time.
Okay. Tell you what.
Yeah.
While they check on this injured player, we're going to step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So 5:40 remaining in this third quarter. They're still attending to the injured Southwest player. He is sitting up, but still on the field, John.
Yep, they have one trainer looking at him and the officials over there. And he is sitting up in a way that looks like he's going to pop up, to be totally honest with you. And I hope he does. That's Ezra Kruth, who's down, and now he's up. And it looks like he's going to walk off the field under his own power, which is good to see.
And that is the Bell and Health athletic trainers out there.
Hey, I've dealt with a lot of pro kickers in my day.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, Aldel Greco.
Yep.
Chester Markle.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jackie.
Yeah.
Ryan Longwell.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one as tall as Anders Carlson?
He's a tall drinker.
Doesn't he look like a 3 forward in a Division I basketball team?
The whole team here.
Holy, that's the tallest.
Players or basketball
That is
players?
the tallest punter and kicker I've ever seen. There aren't many people that come around that you see eye to eye with, but those were some tall fellas for special teams guys.
So a 3rd and 10, and
Sprudel's trying to find something. That does a nice job to
kept
avoid
the play
a big
alive
loss.
for a while.
Exactly. Sprudel's giving it all out here tonight. I'll tell you that. Not leaving anything on the table.
Yep.
But once again, Pulaski just playing so tough at times. Let's see if they go for it here, Ted. All right, let's see if they try that pooch again. Last time they did it, it was about a 60-yard kick that really worked well. Let's see what they do. They're in that same formation, trips right, 2 on the left. Sprudel's only man in the backfield, and he will.
Yeah.
Another nice kick, really nice. I'll take it down to the 22, 21-yard line. Very nicely done.
Well, free of charge, walk in for an injury assessment and immediate evaluation by the Bell and Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Team. Save the cost of an ER or urgent care visit for sports injuries for every member of your family. Play like a kid, heal like a pro. Bell and Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
Can't say enough about Mark Houston and the entire gang over there. We've had a great season. That's going to continue. I still can't believe, one regular season game left? Is that true? That's unbelievable, isn't it? And the playoffs are restarting already.
One
little
more
inside
week.
Reverse. Stacked up near the line of scrimmage.
How nice the weather has been, how lucky we have been. And, it's football weather now.
It really is. Actually, it had that feeling this morning. As soon as I walked out the door early this morning, it's like, it was about 46 degrees. It's like, it is football season now.
Yeah. You saw Curtis Danforth, number 19 from Southwest, limping a little bit in the backfield,
right.
The defensive backfield.
Boy, he's made a bunch of tackles tonight.
Yeah.
He is an outstanding football player.
So 2nd and 9 for Pulaski. They go up top.
That's going to be picked off.
Yep.
You could see that all the way, and that is Curtis Danforth with the interception.
Well, that's why he said, leave me in there, Coach.
Absolutely.
I'm okay.
He is one of the best DBs we've seen this year. It's tough to get recognition when you have it on a team that is winless, but anybody who watches his play has to say this is one of the best DBs we've seen in the conference.
Well, came in with 43 total tackles and a couple of sacks, and now gets an interception here tonight. Well, U.S. Cellular is giving away $20,000 for a distraction-free vacation. To enter and for official rules, go to 20kvacay.com. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited.
So again, Southwest came out and said to themselves, we're just going to play football. We're going to play some solid football, and they've been doing that here in the second half. Ball carrier that time for a gain of about 3 is Andrew Game. Taken down by Morgan Jackson for Pulaski. Gain of 1. You know what you have to be, though, Ted, when you're a coach and you haven't won a ball game, and you might not win a game for the year, okay? Can you imagine what you need to do on, like, Mondays and Tuesdays? Because, I mean, game nights, guys will get up. You got the band, you got the lights, you got the cheerleaders, you got the fans, you got your parents. But on those Mondays and Tuesdays, when you hit the doldrums and you're sore, to go out there and have a good practice, that's where coaching really comes through. Ooh, big hole that time for Andrew Game. Looks like he had a chance to take it a lot further than he did. Takes it to the 30-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 5. Do you know what I mean, though? And you've played sports all your life. You played competitive sports. Game days are fine. But it's those Tuesday whatever practices after losses. That's what's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if things aren't going your way. The wins and losses, yeah.
Absolutely.
Even when you're winning.
Yeah.
So.
Look at this. 4 wide receivers to the left side, Ted. See that? 4 staggered.
On a 3rd and 5.
And I think there's going to be a flag. The running back jumped for Southwest. Andrew Game jumped, it looked to me. And the flag comes out. Yep.
That'll back him up a little bit more.
Looks like they had one of those screens set up on the outside, a little bit of a pick maybe. Get a lineman out there. Throw it to the last man in formation. So bring up a 3rd and 10 now from the 35. With 2:45 left to play here in the third quarter. Once again, if you missed it at halftime, just great having 4 of the Packer players up here, and just some quality young men. And Mr.
How tall is Carlson?
He's got to be 6'6", isn't he?
I'm 6'6".
You're
Is he taller than
6'6". I thought he was, to be honest with you. So with your shoes on, you're 6'7", almost 6'8", and he was eye to eye with you, my friend.
Sprudels will just run it out of bounds.
Take it out of bounds. Stops the clock. Gains a few. Gains about 4, 3, 2. Oh, the ref keeps moving back. Wasn't sure where he went out of bounds. He gained 1. Okay.
So a 4th down coming up here, and you'll go for it here.
Again, though, look at this. The whole offensive line, everybody walks over towards the sidelines to get the play. Interesting. Have we seen that before? 2 things we've seen tonight we haven't seen before. That's one. The other is
you always ask me, we've never seen things like this before, or it was the greatest.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I ate for breakfast.
Right.
Much less the 21 years of games we've done together.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Wow.
So
a little testy tonight.
Up top, Sprudels goes looking for a man, and that's
good
incomplete.
coverage. Yeah,
Turnover
that was
on down.
Ryan Roto.
Pulaski will take over on the Southwest, or on their own 34-yard. Let's bring in NBC 26 neighborhood reporter Andrew Amuzu. And Andrew, great to have you up here. Great story at halftime. Let's find out a little bit more about you. I know a recent graduate from Marquette.
Oh, yeah, ring out of Hoya. I had to say that. Shout out Ryan Scott. I know he's not too big on Marquette for him coming from Madison. But, yeah, any chance I can say ring out of Hoya, go Golden Eagles. Best believe I'm going to do it.
Obviously, big gain once again for Logan Schultz. Now, you were a high school basketball player of some note, correct?
Oh, yeah. Basketball has pretty much been my life up until college. It wasn't good enough to make the Marquette team, but basketball has always been part of my life. I played in the AAU days, played against some big names, and had some big moments. And I know that's what they say about sports, right? There's so much playing towards it, but it's also you learn a lot of life lessons too. And so definitely taking those memories from basketball and even soccer too. I played midfielder. Don't forget that as well with me.
Well, I'll tell you who will be really happy to hear that you played several sports is Mark Hewson from Bellin Sports. We talk about that on a regular basis. He wants young athletes to play as many sports as humanly possible. He thinks that helps not only keeps them in condition, but he keeps all their different muscles and ligaments and tendons all toned versus just having the same one repetitive type of sport?
Oh, of course. And even in high school, when I wanted to just physically focus on basketball, my mom was like, no, you're going to do soccer at least for the first 2 years because it's that footwork that can also help you on the court as well. And at that age, you're not thinking about that, but it really does make a difference, especially with injury prevention too. You're just continuously moving and being fit. It all comes together. It all works together.
That was Spencer Hakes with that first down run, so a 1st and 10 up to the 39.
One other thing about young athletes that we're talking about with Bell and Sports Medicine, you guys, in my day, guys wouldn't start trying to get into shape if you're playing football until mid-July, maybe late July. But to play AAU ball and some of these other things you've done at a high level, you have to stay in shape 12 months out of the year, don't you?
Oh my gosh, AAU is something else. And I know that there's a huge discussion right now on maybe changing the way that it's structured.
Hold on one here.
And Hakes is going to take it all the way in. 35 yards on the run by Spencer Hakes.
Boy, Spencer Hakes has just had an unbelievable night tonight. He and Schultz have really led the way as Pulaski increases that lead once again with 30 seconds left to play in the first half. Take another look at it here over the right side, Teddy. Gets a couple of lead blocks, gets a nice kick-out block right there by number 10, Griffin Van Lannen. That's what sprung him, and that's all he needed. Taking it the distance.
Third touchdown of the game for Hakes to make it 45-6 with the extra point coming up for Pulaski. And Whipple. Miles Whipple once again. And that is good. So another 7 points for Pulaski. That'll take it over the 35-point threshold to get the clock running once again once we kick this one off.
Hey, one more last question for you. You're fairly new to this area. What do you think of just the enthusiasm for sports in general that you've seen versus where you're from in was it Schaumburg area of Illinois?
Schaumburg, Illinois, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of just the atmosphere and the interest in high school sports around here?
I think it's really unique because, especially with high school sports, you have the Green Bay Packers here, of course. That's one of the biggest attractions, if not the biggest. But high school sports, they really own that because everybody has their different, of course, locations, and we're in different neighborhoods. Shout out NBC 26, but everybody owns that, and everybody is so proud of their high school, of their neighborhood, where they're coming from. And so I'm definitely seeing that as well. But even on the news side of things, I'm also learning that Green Bay is more than just the Green Bay Packers as well. So this has truly been a joy so far, and I'm really looking forward to what's in store next. 2025 NFL Draft. So that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Well, I knew you grew up a Bear fan. How was it being up here with the Green Bay Packers up here in the press box?
Oh my gosh, how much time do you have? That was amazing. From start to finish, and everybody just came together. It was a crazy day, but everyone came together. We really worked hard as a team, and even just being able to fill in for John Miller. Oh my gosh, can't thank God enough, can't thank the team enough, but just these experiences that we're able to have, and I'm truly grateful for it, for sure. And I saw Lil Wayne there, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Lil Wayne. I forgot he's a Packers fan, but a lot of big names, big faces, but some great moments for sure.
Ted and I actually hang out with Lil Wayne when he comes to town.
Oh yeah, best believe that. Best believe. Lil Wayne, you hearing this?
Yeah, we do. Ted and I both do. Yeah.
Don't believe him, Andrew. Don't believe him, Andrew.
You can come hang out with us sometime, Andrew.
I'm going to have to explain who Little Wayne is after the show. Because
Wayne Larrabee.
Look forward to that.
Is it Wayne Larrabee?
Wayne Larrabee?
Wayne Larrabee.
Yeah, Little Wayne.
That's
Wayne Larrabee.
Yeah. That's what I thought he was talking about.
Oh, my goodness. All right, that's going to do it for the third quarter. That was Andrew Amuzu. Hey, thanks so much, Andrew. Great job, and you can find Andrew on NBC 26 TV on their newscast, and, of course, NBC26.com with all those great reports out of Green Bay. Thanks again, my friend. It is the end of the third quarter, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. There's the chain gang here at Pulaski. The FRCC North Chain Gang of the Year.
How many years now? Consecutive?
You're talking about 17?
17 consecutive years. Chain Gang of the Year. Yes.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
I didn't either. But then we found out from the gentleman up here who pretty much runs the press box. I said, who votes on it? He says, he does. And no one else. But he said one of the officials heard him talking about that before game, and the official went up and congratulated the chain gang.
Here's
he said
a
he
nice
didn't know it was
play.
a thing. It was a very nice play.
Southwest to start the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 45.
That bootleg has worked well. Alex Teal once again with the reception from Caleb Sprudels. So very nicely done. First down, moving up to the 42-yard line.
Checking in on other scores, Kewanee leading Southern Door 41-6.
Wow. Kewanee is stacked, aren't they? They really and truly are. Again, fake the toss to the right side. They have to respect that man. And Sprudels puts it right in his receiver's hands. Nice play for the first down. First down from the 42. Oof. First man through. Takes a bit of a pop as those defensive backs come up so fast for Pulaski. And I'll tell you what, they all hit. That's Joshua Huddle with the hit that time. 5'11", 155 pounds. He brought all 155 with him there, didn't he?
He did.
You know, it's
Kittle with the big hit.
That's right. Well, write that down. Teddy had a funny.
It's 46-6, John.
Got to do what you can do. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Just got a text from one of my good friends, Big Ernie. He said, John, it is cold in Pulaski. Thank you, Ernie. We hadn't noticed since 5 o'clock today.
Well, okay. You're talking about how cold it is?
Yes.
We're sitting in the press box. And we were out in the rain a little bit for a short time. We got to give it up to all of our crew out there, all the camera guys and gals out there tonight, doing a great job bringing you all the pictures tonight. But it is chilly out there.
Yeah, and that's no kid. And you know what? You and I, we get done, we leave the booth, we go in our cars, we drive home. They're out here for another hour and a half working in the cold, rolling up cables, doing all that stuff. Life of a crew member of Showdown is not an easy job. It just really isn't. That's why I buy them dinner every week.
Every week?
Huh?
What?
A lot of the weeks. I buy
Brady's marking that down. He's expecting it next week now.
Braxton Murphy with the carry.
Brady, one of our directors. How about Will stepping in as director tonight?
Yes, we got a multi-talented team. We really do. What do they say? Next man up. Oh, penalty on the play. Marking it down to close to a first down. Southwest trying to get some more points on the board here. 4th down and 1.
Kyle Spolstra on site tonight.
Kyle, who has worked at 26 since 1994, I believe, correct?
64, I believe.
64.
1964.
Kyle, there would be no NBC 26 if there was no Kyle Spolstra. There just
no. He has been around for a long time and
I got to
keeps us on the air.
I got to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Sports related. You'll be doing the Wisconsin Herd again this year.
Yes.
Some exciting news there as well, right?
Yeah.
Or they didn't release it? Never mind.
No, actually, the press release did come out.
Okay.
Is it yesterday or today?
Okay.
But we'll talk about that. 1st and 10 on the 32 here as Southwest is driving. About 9 minutes remaining.
Sprudels with the carry and the first down to the 35.
Yeah.
But your former
sidekick for announcing the Wisconsin Herd games. Of course, people are very familiar with Joe Wolf.
The pride of Kohler.
What a career he's had.
Yeah.
Heading back to the bench is going to be one of the assistant coaches with the Wisconsin Herd this year and leaving the broadcast booth. So
I will be taking his place.
Joe Wolf or John Mino? Joe Wolf.
Who has a better outlook on pro basketball?
One was a coach and an NBA
one
player.
One was not. One acted like one.
2nd and 7 from the 29.
But those are fun games that you guys do. You air them, of course, right here on Channel 32, and those are fun to watch.
Yeah, starting up mid-November with those games.
Congratulations on that. Brings up 3rd down and 3 for Southwest. They keep chopping up yardage here, Teddy, in the second half.
It's been a good second half.
It's been a really good second half for them.
Yeah.
Really good second half. You always want something to build on.
You credit the coaches on that. You credit the players. It could have been real easy.
Yep. And how many times
39-0 at half to stop playing.
Teams get chippy and all those kinds of things. We haven't seen one single sign of anything like that. So it'll be a fun team to watch over the next couple of years when all these freshmen, sophomores, and juniors start growing up a little bit.
Cody with the tackle.
Sprudels.
He's a nice ball player, isn't he? He really and truly is. I like what he does out there. Tackle that time coming up, number 40 for Pulaski. Wyatt Cody with the stop. So 4th down and 2 from the 24-yard line. Yeah, Kewanee 41-6. Wow, and that was considered one of the top games in the region tonight, if not the state, with the way they were both ranked.
Yeah, it was. 41-6 is still the score, and then Kimberly and
had a great
Kaukauna.
Talk this morning with a very proud Kewanee resident, Teresa Bordolini, whose son Tanner is a great offensive lineman for the Badgers. We did his games from when he was a sophomore on, didn't we, for Kewanee?
And Sprudels, through the middle, and
another
a
nice
first
run.
Down inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
I'll tell you what, Sprudels is having a nice second half, very nice second half. But isn't that fun, though, Tim, when we see some of these young kids from the time they're 15 years old, then all of a sudden they're running out of the tunnel at Camp Randall. Sprudels doing a real nice job there with the carry.
Yeah, took it down to the 10, so that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Quentin Hebert with the tackle. Trying to put some more points on the board.
And again, that clock is continuing to run as we are past that 35-point threshold, but
this could put a stop to that.
Could.
Sprudels again fighting for some yardage. Gets about 3. But again, this Pulaski defense, they've always played this kind of football. You know, they get tough kids. Michael Hennessy in on the stop that time. 2nd down and goal from the 8. It's always fun coming to Pulaski, though, isn't it, Ted? It's one of those stadiums it's fun to drive up to, driving through the countryside once you leave the 29.
Well, one of the newer stadiums, too.
Yeah,
and just
beautiful. Tremendous press box. Just
play
fantastic.
On the other side of the high school.
Yep.
And, really, really spectacular. And we talked, you can't see off in the distance, but when there's daylight, you can see all the baseball, softball fields.
Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful complex here. It really is.
2nd and 8 from the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal,
There's
and
a
into the
hole
end
over the
zone.
right
Touchdown,
side. Take it
Trojans.
in. Very nice play, Jace Prosky, who's had a nice second half as well. So Southwest really doing a nice job here in this second half. Look at this right here. Old-fashioned backfield, basically. You had a fullback and a halfback back there. And what an impressive second half that Southwest is having here.
Yep.
Good for them.
So the extra point coming up. And Mason Hermes will try the high snap. And that is blocked.
Yeah.
So we'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown. 5:14 remaining in this one. Hey, we've all been touched by a friend or a family member with cancer, and that's why Security Lupke Roofing is donating a portion of their October sales to breast cancer research. To learn more, visit securitylupkeroofing.com.
My boy Shannon, who is just absolutely outstanding with helping the local things. He's done so many things for area veterans, for causes like this. He's one of the best.
We appreciate everything they're doing on this cause. That is for sure. And donating quite a bit of money.
Yep. You need people like that step up.
Yep.
You really and truly do. And I'll tell you what, our Packer players, they got here early tonight. They had a great time with the kids down there. That was fun to see.
Yeah.
Throwing the balls up into the stands.
Loose ball,
get on
and that's where Pulaski will start. We'll step away. You're watching Showdown. So 4:30 to go.
Some new ball players in the ball game. That's number 24, McKaylee Godfrey.
24?
Wasn't it?
34.
Was it 34? Which one was it? I thought it was 24. I believe it was 24. Was that number 24 or 34? 34. Okay, it was 34.
Sam Hiddle.
Everybody in the press box and one chorus.
Maya, listen to Teddy. Listen to Teddy. I think that's what they said.
All right. Wow. Wow.
A 9-yard run.
It came back at me a little stronger than I expected.
You said it with confidence. You were sure it was 24.
I know. Uh-oh, loose ball. And
Southwest has got it.
Yes.
So let's step away. You're watching Showdown. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
That was Carnell Tim with the recovery for Southwest.
We'll take another quick look here, John.
Absolutely. 5'11", 275 pounds. Well, the snap hit the running back right in the face mask. Loose. And then the big fella falls on it. Nobody's going to steal it from him.
So, Southwest.
Sprittles with the bootleg again.
Winds
Has
up.
a man. Overshot him,
picked off.
intercepted.
Picked off and went down on a knee. So, back and forth we go with some turnovers here, John.
Number 4, Will Strachek. Yeah, I know it's going to happen. I can get it. Stachelchik. Stachelchik. What did I say? I knew I was going to struggle with that one. Stachelchik. With the interception. Nice job, Will.
You were waiting for that one all night.
Yes.
You were just waiting.
I was hoping to avoid it all night. Yeah.
Great pick by William. All right, so first and 10 from the 21. And across the 20-yard line. And
once again, number 34 with the carry.
Hiddle,
Sam Hiddle, 6'1", 165.
Opportunities for both teams to get some guys in there that work hard all season long. And
practice all season long. Yeah. Do they still call it hamburger squad and things like that? Remember that old term from the guys that would, almost like the scout team?
I don't know anymore.
You told me you were kind of a hamburger squad guy in college one time in basketball, weren't you?
Yeah, I was that guy.
You were that guy for a while, you told me.
Scout team.
Heidel with the carry that time, Joshua Heidel.
Go try to defend Benoit Benjamin.
Yes, who's 7'2", about 320 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number, 3 pick in the NBA draft?
Yeah. Did he go easy on you?
In that, my 190-pound frame. Oh, yeah. Wow. He took it easy on me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, well, hey, you were a D1 scholarship athlete. Not many people can say that.
So a little reverse here.
Yeah. And that's Schultz again, I believe.
45-yard line.
Or no, I don't. Yeah, it is. It's Schultz with the carry. Nope, somebody else with number 15.
Yeah, so
they brought some guys up from the JVs.
So the JV squad came up. So you can see the uniforms are a little different.
Same numbers, but different. Yeah,
so that was not Logan Schultz.
So I apologize for that, but that's the only number we got here. And this should be the last play of the ball game. And this will do it.
Yeah, so Pulaski with the win tonight, 46-12. Jared Marsh and the Pulaski Red Raiders with the victory, a big victory there on the bubble of a playoff spot now. And Green Bay Southwest, very impressive second half
absolutely,
under their head coaches, Chad Theory and Aaron Van Eperen. They should be very proud of that second half effort by the Trojans. We'll take a timeout, wrap this one up, and get you ready. We've got a huge game coming up for you next week. We'll tell you about that when we come back. You're watching Showdown. So, Pulaski gets the win 46-12. Not sure that was necessarily unexpected.
No,
in terms of a big victory for Pulaski in this one, John.
Yep, absolutely. But again, Southwest, we talked a little bit. We had that story at halftime about their whole motto. We've got just the few handful of seniors on the team. They got freshmen, sophomores, juniors make up the bulk of this. They work all summer to build a real team effort, a brotherhood, a real closeness about them. And you know what? Like I said, they weren't chippy. They're getting pounded, no question about it. But they came out in that second half and played inspired football, played really good football in that second half. That is such a credit to the coaching staff that's getting through to these kids. It's incredible. I look forward to watching this program over the next couple of years.
And, of course, on the other side, Pulaski.
Or just Pulaski.
They took care of business. They took care of business tonight, did what they had to. They're on the bubble now for a playoff spot, looking for a win next week, and trying to get into the playoffs. could be a problem for a team in the playoffs.
And they had a little bit of a rough stretch there when they took on two of the best teams in the area, if not in the state. They had Bayport and West De Pere back-to-back. And that can wear you down a little bit. And next week we've got a ball game that's going to be amazing. Next week, in general, the last regular season week of the season is going to be pretty interesting across the board, isn't it, Teddy?
It sure will be. We got Bayport at West De Pere next Friday night. That's a 7 o'clock game right here on TV 32. You see it. Looking forward to that one as they are the top two teams in the FRCC North.
Yep. Tonight's game, of course, Southwest and Pulaski. It's great having the Green Bay Packers here. 4 different Packer players. Like I said, we've got an all-pro returner. We had the long snapper. We've got the punter, and we've got the kicker heading into their nationally televised ball game against Las Vegas on Monday night.
Absolutely.
Great time of year. If you're a football fan, it's a pretty great time of year to be in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you could stay with us for this game again, supporting the Packers versus Cancer Initiative. Want to thank both Green Bay Southwest and Pulaski. Janelle Batten over at Pulaski, Amy Hogan at Southwest, all the schools, all the players, all the students that got involved in this one. Thank you for a great week and a great night here tonight.
And again, to the crew, great job battling the elements. No complaints. A little whining at times, but generally not that bad. You know what I mean, Teddy? But they did a great job battling the elements tonight, and outstanding work.
All right. Well, great job for you, my friend.
You too, buddy.
For John Mino, I'm Ted Stefaniak, and for our entire crew, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. We'll see you next week for the regular season finale of the high school football season. Bayport at West De Pere. We'll see you then. So long, everybody.
Tonight's game on TV 32 is brought to you by these proud local sponsors: U.S. Cellular, Bell & Health, Simon's Specialty Cheese, Dandred on West Mason, Gallagher's Pizza, North Star Dental, Witt Family Ford, Cobeson Buses, Vake's Fox Valley Coin and Diamonds, and Security Loop Key Roofing.